From the USA to Europe and into the Caribbean, all the world over, this is Caribbean Gospel Radio FM, keeping you inspired and informed.
Refugees, dirty immigrants, asylum seekers, job stealers, that is what they see. Beautiful faces, thick accents, a melting pot of culture, holding 3 to 4 jobs, back pocket of hopes and dreams, seekers of opportunities, that is what we see. I am Georgia Lawrence, the founding attorney of Georgia Lawrence LLC. I was born and raised in Jamaica. I migrated to the United States with 2 suitcases and $200 to seek a better life. I understand firsthand the importance of having a fighter on your team to navigate the complexity of the immigration system. Hence the reason I chose immigration and human rights law. Here at Georgia Lawrence LLC, we take pride in connecting our passion and purpose to your plan. Give us a call today.
From the USA to Europe and into the Caribbean, all the world over, this is Caribbean Gospel Radio FM, keeping you inspired and informed.
Yo, Eddie Neverland. One of Israel. Yo, Eddie, make we tell them. Eddie Neverland, tell the anointed veil. Oh, yeah. Oh, Lord, let your love prevail, yeah, yeah. I'm available to you. Use me for your will, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm available to you. Use me for your will. Oh, God of Israel, the one who sits on high. The mountains are at your feet, oh God, and so am I. Oh, a vessel that's willing, I know that's what you need. So here I am, oh God, I'm ready to do your deed. I'm available to you. Use me for your will. Oh, I'm available to you. Use me for your will. Alright then, yes. My heart, my mind, my soul belongs to you. So I'm using this voice to praise you. And I will always worship. This vessel is for you, me can't make the devil use it. So I avail myself, because I you me want to use me, so the devil can't abuse me. And I will live righteous, live in your word, me have to stay focused. I'm available to you. Use me for your will. Whoa, 'cause I'm available to you. Use me for your will. Oh God, they didn't neglect them. You see, your will is greater than I, and I am excited to see your kingdom
Lord did not give you a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound disciplined mind. Truly, I'm the God business. Truly.
I'm available to you. Use me for your will. God of Israel, the one who sits on high. The mountains are at your feet, oh God, and so am I. Oh, a vessel that's willing, I know that's what you need. So here I am, oh God, I'm ready to do your deed. I'm available to you. Use me for your will. Oh, I'm available to you. Use me for your will.
Alright then, yes. My heart, my mind, my soul belongs to you. So I'm using this voice to praise you. And I will always worship. This vessel is for you, me can't make the devil use it. So I avail myself. Because I you, me want to use me, so the devil can't abuse me. And I will live righteous. Live in your word, me have to stay focused.
I'm available to you. Use me. Use me for your will.
Whoa, 'cause I'm available to you. Use me for your will. Oh God, get in the black, tell them.
You see your will is greater than I, and I am excited to see your kingdom multiply and your people united. To do your will, oh God, that is what I choose. So my eyes are focused, Lord, I am ready to move.
I'm available to you.
John! Use me for your will.
A pleasant Monday evening to ya. I want to welcome you aboard live programming right here at Caribbean Gospel Radio FM. Coming to you on the .com site, that's www.caribbeangospelradiofm.com. Out of Atlanta, Georgia, I'm your host, Dr. Monica, inside our legal program this evening, The Law and You. We're going to be joined at the bottom of the hour by our very lovely Attorney Georgia Lawrence. She's got a very interesting topic this evening. You cannot afford to miss it, all right? I want to welcome those who are coming in on Radio Garden. Good evening, Radio Garden. Keeping it bumping right here. Playing you the very best in Caribbean gospel music anyways. The Anointed Veil out of Jamaica, residing in Guyana, featuring Eddie Neblett. I want to welcome those who are listening in via Nobex Radio. Good evening, Nobex Radio. Online Radio Box, I see you. Good evening to you. YouTube fam, how I do? Good evening to you. Your girl at the controls this evening. It is a bright Monday evening in my neck of the woods, that is. Good weather somewhat, but I'm managing. I want to welcome those who are with me on Facebook. Good evening, Facebook fam. Did I mention TuneIn Radio? Good evening, TuneIn. Wherever you're coming in from this evening, just want to send a shout out to you and welcome you on board. You know, on a Monday evening, second and fourth Mondays, this is what we do. We have a legal program called The Law and You. Our very own Jamaican attorney, Georgia Lawrence, is the host of that program, and of course, I'm back here engineering, all right? Gonna play some good tunes until she come in, all right? Let me peep it on Facebook and say hello to Evelyn Butler. Good evening, Evelyn. How you doing, girl? Happy Monday to you. And Marie Sophia Margon. How you do? She said good night. Long time I have not been on here. Welcome back, Anne Marie. Thank you for popping in and checking on how we're doing. All right. Sending lots of shout out to Juliet Dennis Fraser. Good evening, Juliet. Welcome. Happy Monday to you. Want to welcome Evelyn Scott. Good evening, Evelyn. Troy Brown, good evening to you. Welcome, welcome. Available to you. Want to welcome Marcia Robinson. Good evening to you, Marcia, on our YouTube side. Good evening, Marcia. Welcome. Not true? Ow.
The little things I forget about. You show them out so I can be free from doubt. Cause I'm available to you.
Ow.
Give my heart to you. I'm desperately waiting so I can be used by you. I'm
Available to you.
Use me.
Want to welcome Evelyn Butler on YouTube. Good evening, Evelyn. Want to welcome Annabella Unstoppable. How you doing, Annabella? Welcome, welcome. Want to welcome Omar Salke. Good evening to you, Minister Salke. Good evening. Want to welcome Tiffany. How you doing, boo? That's my girl right there, my daughter. Good evening, Tiff. Janelle Sharif, a blessed Monday evening to you too. Thank you so much. I'm Dr. Monica sitting in on to 8 o'clock. Our program runs for 2 hours, and the attorney's going to join us at 6:30. Let's take a walk down to Jamaica. Jermaine Edwards. Who comes first in your life? How was your weekend? I had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I hope you did the same too. I had the chance to listen into a message that was talking about the living water, the water that was flowing. The message came from John chapter 4, popularly known as the woman of the well. Pretty refreshing, I should say. And I hope that you too have something that you can continue to regurgitate on throughout this week. Who comes first? Jesus may after.
Jesus first, everything come after. I'm nothing if I don't have you, Father.
Jesus first, everything come after.
No money, no car, it's Jesus I'm after. Jesus first, everything come after. I'm nothing if I don't have you, Father. We're just strangers passing through this land. My job is not my source, I don't depend on man. Things may look shaky now, but the word is my lamp. I choose right and not wrong. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Oh no, the Lord's and they'll never let go. Turn up the fire just a little bit more. Fourth person in the corner was the Holy Ghost. Yeah, Jesus first, everything come after. No money, no car, Jesus I'm after.
This afternoon or this evening, the attorney is going to be talking about a couple things. And one of them she's going to be talking about is fiancé visa. Those of you who are interested, she will be definitely talking about that. Also, she will be touching on let me see, where did I put it again? Okay, what to do if you are abused or if you are a victim of crime. So this evening is going to be really interesting, and if you know somebody who is in a situation where they might need an attorney, you need to tell them to tune in. All right, send them the link now. Share the YouTube or the Facebook link with them. They can also find us on TuneIn Radio. They can find us on Radio Garden, also online Radio Box, and to Nobex Radio. We're there as Caribbean Gospel Radio FM. You can also find us on the World Wide Web, our very own website at www.caribbeangospelradiofm.com. You can find us right there. We are actually live. We're a 24-hour gospel radio station. We don't take a break. So even when I'm not here, we're still on air. Jesus first. 17 minutes after 6 o'clock my time. That's Eastern Standard Time right here. And of course at 6:30, Attorney Lawrence will be joining us. All right. Let me remind you what we're doing this evening. Jesus first. The Law and You. That is our program this evening, our legal program. And we are going to get on the way at 6:30. Enjoy these songs. A few tunes from the Caribbean. In My Life.
Jeremy and Edward
And Sean Lifer.
come to see song to you, yeah. Jesus, I put everything aside, cause I acknowledge you are the most high. Even the scholars can't even deny that your words can't ever be a lie. Your word is the only thing that brings life. 55 preachers preach from the same verse. 55
I want to take some time out to welcome those who are with me on Facebook. Good evening, Facebook fam. Our program this evening is The Law and You, focusing on immigration law. Our program is brought to you by the law offices of Georgia Lawrence. She's based right here in Atlanta, Georgia. But because immigration is of federal nature, she practices in all 50 states. So we're blessed, right? If you have a question, please reach out to her at georgialaw21@gmail.com. That's georgialaw21@gmail.com.
They don't want to know Christ. It's when the pain start calling, God name start calling. I knew they needed God until the fame start calling. To live is Christ and die is gain. How could I ever give up God for fame? Say you having fun, do you call me name? But I'd rather
I'm asking you to take a moment and share the link with someone. Please do that for me right now. Take a moment and share the link with someone. Let's let them know that we're on. And especially if you know someone who could use some free legal advice right now when it comes to immigration law.
If you're not in my life, if I have the highest education that no one can give, I still would be dumb if I don't have you in my life. Whoa. Yes, in my life. In my life. I need you in my life. Oh.
Let me tell you for a fact, we can do nothing without God. You better get him in your life. If he doesn't hold first place in your life, you're treading in murky waters now. Playing one of my favorites from Jermaine Edwards. Now, Mac, as we inch closer to the 6:30 hour right here. But now, Mac, tune. Hey, I saw me say, woo. It's a beautiful Monday, my neck of the woods. How about yours, Lady CC? Good evening to you. Want to send a shout out to Ashley, my girl right here. Ashley, how you doing, Ashley Salke? Good evening to you. Marcel Spain, good evening, Sissy Boo. Come on in, come on. Oh. Dictate my destiny. Oh, me say me nah make. Not true. And what I believe.
To fight.
Want to send a shout out to my sister, boo. Claudia Davis, good evening to you. Lots of love going out to those on Facebook this evening. And those who are with me at www.CaribbeanGospelRadioFM.com. Good evening to you guys. Kicking off the week. How was your weekend? Tell me all about it. We have 7 more minutes before we get into our program this evening, The Law and You. Did you go out to church this weekend? What was the message about? What was the highlight of the service for you? Was it the praise and worship? Was it the preaching? Was it a particular scripture that was read? We're all different. And we do have different things that appeal to us. Tell me about your weekend. Sending a shout out to my brother Rory Winter. Rory, good evening to you, bro. Where are my survivors at this evening? You gotta stand firm on what you believe, right? You know who you are. Talk to me, Jermaine. Can I kick it back a little bit right here? I'm a survivor. I got a song for you, Claudia. I got it right here. It's coming up, girl. Just negativity. Immortal, invisible, God all wise.
Oh Lord, I'm so glad that you're on my side. You provide every day. Even my thoughts, you guide.
You guide, Lord. I want to ask you to just like as you come on in on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up as you come on in. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel as yet, I want you to subscribe, all right? We're Caribbean Gospel Radio FM on every platform. Those on Facebook, if you haven't followed us yet, here's a special invitation to do so, all right? I want to send a shout out to my sister Alexandra Taylor, coming in from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Good evening, Alexandra. I hope I got your city right, did I? Korsha Jack Garrix, good evening to you, Korsha. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alexander sending good evening greeting to Sister Juliet. Good evening, Sister Juliet from Alexander. Lord Alexander, call over in a truth. Where are my Canadian family and friends? The weather brutal right now, not true? God, please send some warmth over to Canada. Please, God, warm them up for me. I want to welcome you all. Annabella sharing with us, she says, yes, I went to church over the weekend. My highlight was the praise and worship, and the message was about endurance. That's awesome. Me too. I love me some good praise and worship, Annabella, so I know exactly what you are talking about. Marcia, good day to you. Come on in. And Annabella said, I had to wake up very early, so it wasn't a weekend for me. It was like the other days. Nothing special about the weekend. I can't tell when last I had an extraordinary one. So, Annabella, we're going to pray that God will give you an extraordinary weekend. How about this weekend? Can we ask him for this weekend? I want to do that for you. Want to send a shout out to Lady CC coming in from the UK. Good night to you, Lady CC. And let me just take this one, 627 right here. Playing this one for Claudia Davis. Here we go. Okay, Claudia, that's not the song I wanted to play for you. What on earth is that? Claudia, you know that's not your song. Let me find your song for you, girl. And then you'll be like, what on earth is that Marvel playing? Oh, Lord have mercy. Here's my destiny. All right, I found your song. Here it is, just for you, okay? Here we go. Here we go. Let me get to your song, Claudia. Let me kick it back from the top just for you. You know which one it is.
The people that will love Jesus, don't know say. Put your hand over here now.
cover me.
Cover me, cover me, cover me, cover me, cover me, cover me. Again, cover me, cover me, cover me under your blood. Cover me, Lord. All over me. I'm Jesus. I'm Mr. Jesus. I'm Mr. Jesus. All over me. All over me. And he's keeping me alive. Ooh, Lord. Jesus.
Want to send a good evening shout out to my brother from the Bahamas, Stephen Daxon. Oh, he says he was hospitalized, but thank God he's doing good now and back to work. Stephen! Whoa! I'm so happy to hear from you, Stephen. All right, thank you so much for coming on in, and I hope that your family is getting back to as close as to normal as you can, knowing you had to bury your brother. Toronto, Ontario, Canada, warming you up. Come on. Jamaica in the house, good evening to you. United States of America, United Kingdom, Australia, good evening to you, good morning, good night. I want to welcome those who are coming in from the Netherlands. Iraq, I see you, good evening to you, good morning.
Turn a message to a message, now the messenger arrive. Committed to the journey, so me now go backslide. Looking through the spirit and not physical eyes. Ooh,
So got me testify. No, I'm got me boss. He endorsed. Take me from the, put me in a class. No me. Ready nice to pull up twice. Yeah. Woo. Pot cover pull up on the one. Pot cover. See there. Come on. And somebody.
So if it wasn't for God's grace, now tell me where I would have been. Wrapped up, tied up, lost and seen no peace.
Indeed, he's all over me and he's keeping me alive. Of course, you know what we do on a Monday, second and fourth Mondays in the month. It is our legal program, The Law and You. And of course, I'm doing attorney. Georgia, are you there with us this evening? Okay, she says that she is there. I don't know what to do. Come on, you gotta work. All right. She says she's there. Can you still hear me? You can still hear me. All right, let me see what else I can get done back here because I need to hear you. And you're still hearing me, right? Okay. All right, he's all over me. He's keeping me alive. Indeed, Jesus is keeping me alive.
Conquering Lion of the tribe of
Judah.
Refugees, dirty immigrants, asylum seekers, job stealers, that is what they see. Beautiful faces, thick accents, a melting pot of culture, holding 3 to 4 jobs, back pocket of hopes and dreams, seekers of opportunities, that is what we see. I am Georgia Lawrence, the founding attorney of Georgia Lawrence LLC. I was born and raised in Jamaica. I migrated to the United States with 2 suitcases and $200 to seek a better life. I understand firsthand the importance of having a fighter on your team to navigate the complexity of the immigration system. Hence the reason I chose immigration and human rights law. Here at Georgia Lawrence LLC, we take pride in connecting our passion and purpose to your plan. Give us a call today.
You've done so much for me. So much for me. So much. You've done it for me. You've done so much for me. I cannot tell it all.
We will be on momentarily. Just bear with us, all right? Just working, just fine-tuning some stuff. And we will be on momentarily. Attorney Georgia Lawrence is in the house. She's ready to go. Just give us a few more minutes and we'll be up and running. Reggae version of Nara Kelly. Mo, this one by the Anointed Veil. What shall I render for all that he has done for me? Good evening, each and everyone. If you're just coming on in, I want to welcome you again. It is the evening for our legal talk. Let's have that talk, the law and you. And I have the beautiful, beautiful attorney here with me this evening, as always, on second and fourth Mondays. And she's here this evening to talk to us. Hang on a second. Don't you dare touch that computer, phone, or whatever you're doing. Here she is. We're going to be talking to you.
Refugees, dirty immigrants, asylum seekers, job stealers, that is what they see. Beautiful faces, thick accents, a melting pot of culture, holding 3 to 4 jobs, back pocket of hopes and dreams, seekers of opportunities. That is what we see. I am Georgia Lawrence, the founding attorney of Georgia Lawrence LLC. Refugees, dirty immigrants, asylum seekers, job accents, a melting pot of culture, holding 3 to 4 jobs, back pocket of hopes and dreams, seekers of opportunities that is to seek a better life. Your team to navigate the complexity of the immigration system. Hence the reason I chose immigration and human rights law. Here at Georgia Lawrence LLC, we take pride in connecting our passion.
All right, she's here. You can talk to her today, and she has a number that you can get in touch with her later on if you have a situation that you need the attorney to talk to you about. Attorney Georgia Lawrence, thank you so much for being here again. We live for Mondays. How are you?
Doing great. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. I had a great weekend. How was your weekend?
It was good, but I had an even better Monday.
Oh, wait a minute. Want to talk about it?
Yes. So today I won my first appeal case on denial of reasonable accommodation.
Wow.
They went before the Office of Federal Operations. So I got the news around 4 p.m. today.
Yay.
So my Monday has been made.
Yay! Oh, that explains that white grin on your face. I love that. Here we go, another one. Thank you so much. It's an even better Monday. And the folks are here waiting on you patiently. Thank you so much for all you do for our people. Thank you. Now, this evening, what are you going to talk about?
So we're on to the topic of different pathways to a green card. We've been talking about family-based green card, family-based pathway to get a green card. So we're going to talk about some alternatives this week.
Some alternatives this week. And what are some of the alternatives?
Okay, so we're going to explore the U visas, the T visas, and if we have time, we'll talk about VAWA. And all three are based on foreign nationals being involved in some sort of criminal activities.
All right, so we will take it in like maybe 2 parts. So we will talk about the first one, the U visa, solely, and then we take a break, refresh yourself, and then we talk about the T visa.
Yes, trafficking visa.
Oh, trafficking. Okay, so you're not gonna. So which one is? Oh, the fiancé visa is a K visa.
Yeah,
So-
we'll do that one another week. So
And not yes.
today we're going to talk about crime visas that involve crime.
Okay, so U
Yes.
and T and VAWA if we have a chance.
Yes.
All right, this sounds good. All right, so go right ahead.
All right, but this week I want to ensure that everyone who's watching is engaged. So at the end of the show, or maybe in the middle, like I'm not going to say when I'm going to do it, we're going to have questions and we're going to give away prizes.
Me teacher.
So if you're a lucky winner, you'll get a copy of one of my books.
Mm-hmm.
I have Purpose Through the Pain, 1051,
Mm-hmm.
The Power of an Overcomer.
Yeah.
And if you have kids and you don't want to get like the adult book, I have one for the kids too.
Gosh, she's
So
got
this
one.
book was written by Derek Fraser. It's called Affirmation to the Game of Life, and it's a positive affirmation book for kids. It's the top seller right now. A lot of parents are getting it for their youth, so this will be one of your options. But the question I'm going to ask, you have to get a question right. So
Wow.
it's
So you got
important
some.
to listen tonight.
You got some nice Christmas gifts there, because we can buy. We can purchase those books for our kids and grandkids.
Yes. Yes, and I tell people all the time, we invest so much in like other communities or things where the kids don't even need it. I went to the bank the other day and the representative was telling me that he spent $600 on gifts for his kids, and when I asked him what he bought, it didn't make any sense.
Wow.
So it's time for us to wise up and start investing in these youth in a way where invest in things that actually make sense.
Good. I agree. Totally agree. All right. So what is this U visa you're talking? As a matter of fact, could you go ahead and reintroduce yourself to the family tonight? There's some new people here, so this is going to be your first introduction to them. We played that earlier on, but I want you to tell them, who is Attorney Georgia Lawrence?
Perfect. So, like Dr. Monica said, my name is Georgia Lawrence, and I'm an attorney here in the United States. I'm based in Atlanta, Georgia. However, I do practice immigration law in all 50 states and overseas too. If you ever have something and you need my help, I may be able to help you in some regards there. I'm from Jamaica, probably can hear the accent.
Yes.
And lived in Florida, Tampa, Florida, Jacksonville, Florida. Now I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia. I love what I do. I love to serve. And I enjoy being on the program here on second and fourth Mondays. I want you to like Dr. Monica's YouTube channel, subscribe, like the video, share, because we're just here to educate other people and to just serve.
Amen. I like that. We're here to just serve. All right. And you are serving in such a big way, serving the community, standing in their place, representing them when they don't have a voice. So that is huge. What you do is huge, Attorney Lawrence. So we're talking immigration this evening, and you mentioned U visa. What on earth is a U visa? You want to go ahead and talk to us about that?
A lot of people, they don't know about the U visa. So what it is basically victims of crime who meet a certain requirement, it allows them to stay in the United States. And I learned about this actually when I was in law school. I was a part of the Immigrants and Human Rights Clinic there. And I had a client who was in the detention center in Jacksonville, Florida. So I would go out, check on him, we'd go to court and all that. But by talking to him, I realized he was actually a victim of a crime where he was shot. And he did assist the police. So I remember I went back to my professor, who was also my mentor at that time, and I was just talking to her like, I mean, this man basically helped the police to prosecute this person, and there is nothing that we can do for him. He said, yeah, there's something called the U visa. So I got in, read up on the U visa, figure out the requirements and so forth, and found out that he will be eligible to apply. So we did, and it was approved. So
wow.
So working on U visa cases has actually been one of the first set of cases that I've worked on and got an approval. So it's something that I really like talking about, like sharing with other people, because a lot of people, they don't know that they have options, especially if they're here and they're out of status. They may be involved in certain things, but because of their status, they're afraid to come forward. And I've spoken at different conferences and stuff and in the community where I talk to, especially those from the Hispanic population, and they'll tell you, like, you have teenage girls getting raped, being involved in certain things, domestic violence, but because of their status, they're afraid to come forward. So if you know someone, or if you yourself are in a situation where you've been a victim of any sort of crime, you may not know, but you may be eligible for a U visa. So give us a call or talk to some other attorney, but don't just say, okay, because of my status, I'm not going to come forward, or you sit there where you're in some sort of abuse. So I'm going to break this in little parts. If you have questions, you can call in or send a message via Facebook or comment under the YouTube video, and we'll go from there. So the first thing is, with the U visa, it gives you certain benefit where you can live legally in the United States for 4 years. And after the third year of having that U visa, you can apply for a green card. So
wow.
So this is like when you're married to a U.S. citizen, and then after the 3 years, you go ahead, apply for your citizenship with U visa. You have the visa for 4 years. After the third year, you can apply for your green card, and then, having your green card for a certain amount of time, eventually you can apply for citizenship, which is the ultimate goal of immigrants. With the U visa, you also get permission to work in the United States, and you may be eligible for certain public benefits, but this is based on the state. Like I know in California, New York, you may be eligible for certain public benefits. And one of the great things about having a U visa is the fact that some of your family members may also be able to get the visa. And we're going to get some more into that. So you're a victim of crime, but you can also, because of the crime that you're involved in, your family members can also get a visa from it.
Wow.
Yes. Interesting.
I hope nobody's praying that their family member get into a crime right now, so they can come.
No, we're not. Don't pray for that.
I hope not.
I mean, you have some people who know about it, and they may try to beat around the system or to lie. Don't do it, because it's not easy where you just say, "Oh, I'm a part of this crime," and you go and apply for it. You have to show the evidence. And trust me when I say they're going to investigate and get down into it, they will. And there's also a certification that we're going to talk about that you have to get too. So it's not just lying or cooking up some story to say, "Oh, I'm going to get a U visa."
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So in order to get the U visa, then you have to fill out certain forms, just like with any other immigration benefits, and then submit it to USCIS, and then they'll decide if you get it. You don't need to go to court, and you will not have an interview. So that's something good about it. Whereas, a lot of applications, you got to go through an interview process, or you're involved with the court system. With the U visa, that's not the case.
So how do they process that, attorney? Sorry, if you don't go to court and all that, like with the regular visa, what's the processing like for that? Is it just based on investigations?
Let me put this on speaker. You're kind of low.
Okay, I'm low.
Yeah, it's because I'm talking to the phone, though.
Oh, I forgot about our little stuff that we had to do to make it work. Sounds better?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Yeah. It's better now.
All right.
No, I was saying, say for instance, it's marriage-based. You got to go through an interview, or if you're in deportation proceedings, you got to go to court. Yes. With the U visa, none of that is involved. It's like filling out the papers, submitting the necessary evidence, whatever else they request from you, and send it in, and then they'll make a decision on your case.
Okay. All right. I understand.
So with this one, though, processing times vary. Normally, what I've seen is around 6 to 9 months for an approval or denial when it comes to U visa.
Okay.
And you can apply even if you've overstayed or your papers are expired. And as far as the cost, it is free. You don't have to pay for it.
What is free? The application for the U visa?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You don't have to pay for it.
Wow. Okay.
And a lot of people will ask me, so if you get your work permit, the U visa is approved if you could travel abroad. No. I tell people no. Before traveling abroad, you should always check with an attorney and look into your case and see if you may have some difficulties coming back. And also ensure that you get that U visa stamp in your book before you go. So a lot of people, as soon as they get anything, they feel like it's okay to go abroad. So I always feel like, no, wait until you have that stamp, talk with an attorney, ensure everything is good, and then you go. Dr. Monica, why is it saying remaining time 9 minutes?
I don't know. You see, I just saw that on my end too, but I don't know. It probably didn't release me from it, but we can take care of that in a minute. I'll go to a commercial break and we take care of that.
Okay, great.
Okay.
All right. So, And then, you know how I mentioned that with U visas, family members probably can get their papers too. So how it is when you apply, your family member needs to fill out a I-918 supplement A form, and it doesn't matter what their status is either. They may be eligible to apply. So if you're under 21, you're talking about like your parents. If you're legally married, then your spouse and your children. And again, you know, with immigration, children, they have to be unmarried and under 21. And your unmarried brothers and sisters under 18. So this is one addition in comparison to other categories. So if you have unmarried brothers and sisters under 18, they may be able to tag along based on the crime that you were involved in.
I got a question. Sorry, before you get to the next point, I got a question on that. And if you're, you want to finish your point? I'm sorry.
Oh, and if you're over 21, then it's your spouse and your kids.
Okay, now those family members, they have to be already in the United States of America with you, or you can get them to come from abroad?
They can come from abroad, because the thing is, with U visa, you can apply for it outside too.
Oh, so say for example, I'm in Jamaica, I'm the victim of a crime, then I can stay in Jamaica and apply for a U visa?
What I've seen is, say for instance, you're here involved in the crime, and like you're in deportation proceeding, you put it in and it comes through, you have your documents to come back.
Okay.
So if you have like, say your brothers and sisters, and I'm going to get into like how it can affect them where they could qualify for it. And they're in Jamaica too, so they're outside of the country. Yes, they can apply for it.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Alrighty. So when you're talking about the U visa now, the requirements are, one, you have to be a victim of a crime, and the crime though must occur in the United States.
Okay.
And then you have to be helpful to the police or law enforcement. And a lot of people, I think, in the immigrant population, they may feel like they don't want to deal with the police. They don't want to be a rat. They don't want to be an informer, whatever they may call it in the street.
Yes.
And because of that, they don't want to go to the police. And some people will ask you, is it only the police who will have to certify that I did provide useful information in this case? No. You can talk to any higher up, or in my case, I went to, the incident happened in Orlando, Florida, and the police that was involved wouldn't sign the paper.
Wow.
So I went to the prosecutor who was involved in the case and got it signed. So it's not just the police department. If you've gone through the courts, you can also get it certified there. And then one thing is, you must have been harmed, and this can be physically or mentally because of the crime. That's why I feel like some people may hear this and be like, oh, I'm going to say this happened to me, yada, yada, yada. You have to show that you were harmed. So it's not a case where like, oh, she tried to fight me in the street. You retaliated and it's all good. No, what was the damage? So you have to show all that.
So if she pulled my weave out and it hurt my head, that counts?
I mean, if you can cook up the story good, but because there's certain crimes to which I'm going to get in, you have a list.
Okay.
So you have a list of crimes that will qualify you.
This is definitely interesting. All right, go ahead.
Yes.
We're going to take a break coming up shortly. Go ahead, and I'll tell you when. Yes.
All right, and then the documents you need. So you're going to fill out the application. If you're doing it for family members too, you're going to fill out the supplement. It's always good to have cover letter, all the documents that you need. And then I tell people this, include a personal statement with all your visas applications. And when I say a personal statement, make it something like a detailed affidavit where you're basically spelling out what happened, how it happened, how it impacted you, what you did, and everything. Try to hit all the elements that could make you qualify for this U visa.
Wow.
And then there are other documents that may be helpful but aren't necessarily, they aren't necessary but they can be helpful. So I try to include them as much as I can. If you have like police or court reports, because these can actually prove that you were part of the crime and the role you played and how you were helpful in the process of like bringing justice to whatever crime was done. As far as like showing the harm, you can get letters from doctors, mental health professionals, and so forth. So to answer your question about somebody putting your weave off, I don't know.
You don't know. I'd have to show that it's hurting me somewhere or the other. Mentally.
I guess.
Mentally, embarrassment, something. But as long as we can prove it, right? It's just not something we gotta concoct. Okay, good.
And then you need letters from family and friends. That's always helpful because your family and friends know you best, where they'll be able to like say how much of an impact this crime has had on you, your family, livelihood, and so forth.
Okay.
Alrighty, so that's the first part of your visa. We can go ahead, take a break,
and we'll be right back.
Alrighty.
All right, you are listening in to The Law and You with Attorney Georgia Lawrence from right here in Georgia. We will be right back. just joining us right here inside our program this evening, this is our legal program. It is heard on our second and fourth Mondays of each month. Our host is the beautiful attorney Georgia Lawrence. She specializes in immigration And of course, she's also in is it human rights? What was it again? It is immigration and there's human rights. Yes. All right. Yes, I see.
Rights.
And civil rights. Thank you so much. Civil rights. She's refreshing herself to come back on. And boy, I'm telling you, I've never heard of the U visa. We are learning this evening. I want to welcome those on Facebook. Make sure that you like us and you follow our page. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I'm not able to call you all by name right now, but you know we love you. Those that are on YouTube, thank you so much. Sandria says it's very interesting. She also says that there are a lot of victims out there, I'm sure. Not only victims from the Caribbean or third world countries, people from North America, Europe, and the UK, she says. And that we know is true. Also, Marcel Spain says, this is great, great information. Very interesting. And I want to say thank you again, Attorney Georgia Lawrence, for giving off your time. Guys, if you have questions, you can reach out to her at georgialaw21@gmail.com. Stay right there.
Refugees, dirty immigrants, asylum seekers, job stealers, that is what they see. Beautiful faces, thick accents, a melting pot of culture, holding 3 to 4 jobs, back pocket of hopes and dreams, seekers of opportunities, that is what we see. I am Georgia Lawrence, the founding attorney of Georgia Lawrence LLC. I was born and raised in Jamaica. I migrated to the United States with 2 suitcases and $200 to seek a better life. I understand firsthand the importance of having a fighter on your team to navigate the complexity of the immigration system. Hence the reason I chose immigration and human rights law. Here at Georgia Lawrence LLC, we take pride in connecting our passion and purpose to your plan. Give us a call today.
All right, so we got her here in person this evening. Attorney Lawrence, she was just telling us about the U visa. Pretty interesting. Thank you. I've never heard of it. So go ahead now and tell us some more about this special kind of visa.
Okay, great. All right, let's finish up with the U visa. So, where did I end? So basically, the crimes that are involved. So, like I was saying, not everything that you consider a crime is on the list. So we have domestic abuse. Remember, partner, if they beat or harass you, you're able to apply for a U visa. Felonious assault, and this is the case I mentioned that I got my first approval for a U visa application. Shooting, stabbing, mugging, home invasion when you're home. Then you have involuntary servitude, that is being forced to do work you don't want to do. And a lot of people are involved in this. Rape, sexual assault, forced prostitution, genital mutilation, incest, kidnapping, being held hostage, slave trade. And believe it or not, you still have things like that going on.
Slave trade?
Say, oh, no, but you do.
Wow.
False imprisonment, manslaughter, murder, trafficking, blackmail. That's another big thing.
Blackmail?
Extortion, witness tampering, and perjury. And the good thing is, it doesn't only involve the actual act itself, but if there is an attempt or conspiracy, it can also qualify you for a U visa.
Wow.
Yeah.
That reminds me of when Jesus said you don't have to go lay with the woman, just desire her in your heart to commit the act. And you've done it. Wow.
Perfect.
Wow.
Perfect. That's a good way to look at it. So,
wow.
Attempt or conspiracy is like committing the crime.
Wow.
And then for the type of law enforcement help, and these are just some of the examples because you can help in a plethora of ways. So, like, did you call the police? Did you tell the police what happened, what you saw, who was wearing this, who did that? Did you answer their question? And that's why it's important if you get something like a police report. Did you let them take pictures? Did you help the police to find the person who committed the crime? Did you talk to a prosecutor? Did you testify in court? This is always a winner if you testify in court. Perfect. So those are just some of the things to consider. And if you've been involved in any type of crime, you know someone or a family member, reach out because you may be able to get some help. I know a lot of people, they stay in the shadows because they're afraid of being deported. But this is something that the government has put in place to help, because truthfully, it would just be a straight up human rights violation if, because of your immigration status, you're not afforded certain protection in any country. That would just be wrong. So this, the U visa is there. A lot of people I know don't know about it, but based on the information that I've given, if you think there's any way this may be something to beneficial to you or someone that you know, reach out.
All right, I got a question, attorney. Now, you know, like with the other kind of visas, you go through an attorney for that. With the U visa, I'm not sure if you're going to get there. If you're going to get there, that's fine. I can wait. The process begins by going to the police. Will they be, or the law enforcement, will they be the one to file those paperwork, or do you have to go get an attorney to do it?
No. So with the U visa, it's like other applications where, I mean, you go through an attorney, or you could try to do it yourself. Mm-hmm. But you'll have to get certification from law enforcement. So that's the only thing that you'll need from them. And honestly, this is one of the, with the process, this may be the hardest part. And that's why sometimes I tell people, like, try to reach out to an attorney. Because a lot of times, law enforcement doesn't want to get involved with immigration. Because, you know, immigration is federal. So they don't want to, they look at it as
from the USA
water.
to Europe.
Sorry, go ahead.
They don't want it to seem like they're choosing a political stance or they're getting involved. A lot of them will see it as they're giving illegal immigrants some sort of leeway, or they're assisting illegal immigrants to stay in the country, when that's not the case. All they're doing really is they're signing off on a certification to say, yes, this person assisted with the process, and because of that, we were able to do this. That's all they're doing. And then it's up to that person and their attorney to gather all the evidence, because U visas, they're at a cap. So when it goes to USCIS, it's not a must that it's going to be approved.
Oh, okay.
They don't have to approve it, but to answer your question, no. Law enforcement is only signing the certification, and then you package the application and send it to immigration for final approval.
Okay, good. Thank you.
All right. Well, that's kind of like, there's more details to the U visa, and like I said, you can always reach out. We're going to start talking about trafficking visa now, but we're going to get to our first giveaway.
All right.
All right.
Giveaway, guys.
So, 2 short questions, and the first person to call in or send in the answer and get it right, you're going to win a copy of my book, Purpose to the Pain. So all you have to do is you could send a message to my email with your mailing address, or if you want to send it to Dr. information to me, that's perfect. Or if there's some other way, like you want me to send it to someone, just reach out. But don't post your your mailing address publicly. Do it in a private message. But you're going to get a copy of Purpose to the Pain. It is an inspirational memoir that I wrote after I completed law school. Basically talks about my journey, being in, coming from Jamaica here, attending school, some of the obstacles that I had to go through. And basically I look at it as just a simple girl, rural district in Jamaica, coming here, being an attorney. And it's just, it serves as hope and inspiration for anyone who may be on a similar journey. That's how I look at it. So let's see who our lucky winner is going to be for our first giveaway. So this short question. So, all right. My spouse used to hit me and beat me up all the time. It was just a part of a relationship, and I got used to it after a while. Is it really a crime? And can I apply for a U visa?
I know
So
I
that's
can't
the first
answer.
question. So my spouse used to hit on me and beat me up all the time. It was just a part of a relationship, and I got used to it after a while. Is it really a crime? And then follow-up question. Someone tried to hurt me, but my friend stopped him before I got hurt. Can I still get a U visa? So my friend tried to hurt me. No, someone tried to hurt me, but my friend stopped the person before I got hurt. Can I still get a U visa?
All
First
right.
person with the answer, get a copy.
All right. First person with the answer, get a copy. Only one phone line we would have working this evening, and that's our WhatsApp, because attorney is on the other phone line, and we cannot, the way it's set up, you see what happened was we cannot take calls.
What happened was,
Right. So if you want to call in, the WhatsApp number works for 4792-730-5600. It's running at the bottom of the screen of the video. You can see that right away, and you can call. The other phone number, the 404, that's occupied. That's the line she's on this evening, so that's out of commission. All right, so somebody came on in YouTube. I think that was the first one we saw. There's
yeah,
nothing.
I'm looking if I see any answers over here on my end.
Yes, there's YouTube. Let me see. Annabella first. There's nobody yet on Facebook to comment. Nobody commented yet. Annabella says, yes, it is. Marcia Robinson says, lack of knowledge, God's people perish. Okay, that's different. Annabella came back and said, yes, you can. And then Marcia Robinson says, yes. So I don't know how you're going to do it now.
Okay, I'm going to need some explanation. So I asked 2 questions.
All right.
So is it 2 yes? And what I want to hear the reasoning behind it.
All right, I got a caller all the way from London, from the UK. Good evening. You're live on the program.
Hello, good evening. I'm hoping right. I want that book.
All right, hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute. Are you hearing us, Attorney Lawrence?
Yes.
You're hearing the caller?
Yes, I can.
All right, good. Go ahead, caller. Talk to her.
Yeah, from the information that I've listened to so far that she's given, I would say yes, because that is classed as domestic violence if your partner is beating up on you and you haven't done anything. But when you do decide to do something, it will come under the Domestic Violence Act, so you should be entitled to, what do you call it, a U visa?
U visa?
A U visa. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, answer for the next question, or just one at a time, Attorney?
Next question, too.
Sorry?
The next
Is,
question. Someone wanted to hurt you, but your friend stopped the person before they could hurt you.
I can't hear.
Okay, someone tried to hurt you, but your friend stopped the person before they hurt you. Could you get a U visa?
Okay. Well, yes, because she's, as the attorney have just explained, if you get references or witness report from a friend or family, that works in your favor. So, yeah, I would say yes.
Okay, perfect. So the
because
first one
that friend or that family knows you better. So, yeah. Because with them trying to hurt you, that is a threat, isn't it? That is, trying, maybe they didn't get through this time. Who's to know if they won't try again and get through? So that is a threat. So you're still in danger of being hurt.
All right. Thank you. Let me hear what attorney has to say, because I'm not able to, you're not hearing her. So do you want to hang up and listen to what? You go ahead and hang up, Lady Cece, and listen to the attorney's response. Thank you.
Okay, then.
All right, thanks. All right, go ahead, attorney. Respond to her for me.
Yes, perfect. And I love her accent, by the way.
Me too.
I'm in love with the British accent.
Me too.
But yes, she is correct.
Okay.
The first answer is yes. It is still considered domestic violence, even if you choose not to report it. So whenever you choose to report it, then yes, you still have a case. That's domestic violence. So perfect. And the second one, the answer is yes. But it's because even though you didn't get hurt, it was an attempt. And remember, we said, like, if it's an attempt or conspiracy, like, it's still covered under the U visa. So we have our first lucky winner of a copy of Purpose Through the Pain. So go ahead. You can go onto my business page. It's Georgia Lawrence LLC. And send me a message with your name and your mailing address. And I'll send out a copy for you tomorrow.
All right. So what are we going to do with our first winner? The person before her.
we had a winner before
Didn't we? On YouTube? The person on YouTube, Annabella says yes for both. And then she came back in and says it doesn't matter if you get used to it or not. The fact remains you were abused. And as for the one with the friend, yes, you can. All you have to do is explain exactly what you see and go to court and testify about everything. Plus, had it not been for your friend, you may not be able to tell the tales. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
She said she was calling in, so she was probably the person calling in on the landline, the 404. That's the line that attorney.
Oh, that's okay. You get a book too, Annabelle. Thank you.
So go ahead.
You get a book too.
So email your information to Georgia Law 21.
Yeah, you can email me at georgialaw21@gmail.com or go onto my Facebook page, Georgia Lawrence LLC, and just send me a message. So your name and your address, and you can say, oh, I want the book tonight, and we're good. So the first person is Annabelle. What's the name of the other person? Did you get her name?
She's Cavilla, Lady CC. She's in the UK.
Okay, because I don't want to get 50 messages now. Oh, I want a book.
All right.
So
Okay.
and Lady CC. All right.
Yes,
perfect.
Lady CC. All right.
Okay.
Good. And I'll give you their names off air just in case anybody want to impersonate and say, I'm Lady CC. I'm going to text you later and give you Annabella's right name and Lady CC's right name. The full name.
Okay.
So when you guys write her, make sure that you put your full name in there. Otherwise, you will not get the book. Because I'm going to tell her what your full name is off air. Can you imagine how many Annabella we have going to write you and say, I am Annabella, send me the book. So we have to be a step ahead of them. All right?
Yeah.
That was good. Yay! Wait a minute. They worked hard, attorney. So, you know, when they work this hard, we got to do this for them.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening in. We'll be right back.
Refugees, dirty immigrants, asylum seekers, job stealers, that is what they see. Beautiful faces, thick accents, a melting pot of culture, holding 3 to 4 jobs, back pocket of hopes and dreams, seekers of opportunities, that is what we see. I am Georgia Lawrence, the founding attorney of Georgia Lawrence LLC. I was born and raised in Jamaica. I migrated to the United States with 2 suitcases and $200 to seek a better life. I understand firsthand the importance of having a fighter on your team to navigate the complexity of the immigration system. Hence the reason I chose immigration and human rights law. Here at Georgia Lawrence LLC, we take pride in connecting our passion and purpose to your plan. Give us a call today.
All right, so here we go with the beautiful attorney, Georgia Lawrence. Take it away.
All right. So, yeah, we're just going to, for the rest of the time, we probably have like 30 minutes, we're going to talk about TV. So we're going to have to leave Bauer for another show.
Okay, good.
All right. So let me get into this quickly before we run out of time. So we talk about the U visa, victim of crime, and pathway to a green card, eventually citizenship. Now we're going to talk about victims of human trafficking. So, T visas are available to victims of human trafficking who are in the U.S. and are willing to assist with investigation or the prosecution of human trafficking. And I must say, this is actually a big issue. A lot of people don't realize it, but there's a lot of trafficking going on, especially in the big cities.
Wow.
Like when you think about Atlanta,
New York.
there's a lot of trafficking going on. So I'd urge you, read up some more on it even after the show. Know the signs. And if you are ever in a situation where you suspect that someone may be a victim, go ahead and alert law enforcement, because what you realize is that sometimes people who are involved in these situations, they feel so hopeless. There is sometimes nothing that they can do. The other day I was out and I was with my cousin, and we were actually in the community doing some community service involvement. And there was this one young lady, and she was standing next to a grown man, and her friend was, or her friend, I don't know if it's her friend, was with her. And the way they were standing, something just seemed off. And she introduced the other girl as her friend. She said friend's sister. Yes, she's saying they're close. So I said, so who is that gentleman? And she said, that's my daddy. I said, okay, that's your daddy. But it just seemed off. And the people that I was standing with, before I could say anything, because I was trying to like read the scene, I saw somebody step to the side. And she was like, something doesn't seem right. I think she alerted law enforcement. And it's not a matter of like judging people, but you can just tell when something isn't right. Like, we had two young girls beside this old man, the money that was passing, the way they were dressed, how they were just like, he was like a boss. Yet still they were like, daddy, it seemed off. And we found out it was actually trafficking. Where he was pimping all these little girls. And I don't know the state that the younger one was from, but a lot of times you just have people in these horrible situations because of the money or whatever they're holding over them. They just seem so hopeless. So I know sometimes you see those signs, like if you go in restaurants or like gas station bathrooms or anything, the airport, and you see signs like, if you're a victim, if you're involved in that, call this. Like, don't take it for granted, and just be alert, because you never know what's going on around you.
Wow. So sad.
All right. So human trafficking is basically known as modern-day slavery, and that's why earlier when we were talking about the U visa, I said it's still here, even though some people may deny it. So it's like, and you have different types. So you have sex trafficking, which is very common, and then you have labor trafficking. So sex trafficking involves recruitment, transportation, or obtaining a person for the purpose of commercial sex acts, where the act is induced by fraud, force, coercion, and person is under 18 years of age.
Wow.
And then you have labor trafficking, which is recruitment, harboring, provision, or obtaining a person for labor through the use of force, fraud, or coercion for the purpose of involuntary solitude, basically slavery. And a lot of times, well, when I was back home, I used to hear of it where people would get calls, and they'd get calls from people who say that they were part of agencies and they want somebody to come and babysit or clean the house. And they would be excited, they would get a visa, they would have the person pay for them, they travel to the U.S., and when they come, it's a whole different ball field.
Wow.
Where this person comes and they'll take away your passport, they'll threaten you that they're going to report you to immigration, and they have you doing all kind of work. Just the other day, someone actually reached out to me, and he's in a situation where he came to be a part of a farm work program. But when he got here, I think it's like they reached out to a particular community in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
So some guys came before him. And when they got here and saw what the conditions were really like, they ran off. And as soon as he got here and he was headed to the place to start working, he met with this young man, and the young man told him what was going on. And because of that, he didn't show up. So the attorney that he was working with actually tried to file for labor trafficking visa. It's been denied, and he got married, so he's trying to get his documents through other means.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, they denied it, saying that because he didn't show up for the job, so it's like he wasn't involved in it.
Okay.
So you want to be careful. Like, a lot of people will hear about things and they'll just try to like do it by themselves. When it comes to cases like these, you should contact an attorney. It could be me, or it could be some other experienced immigration attorney,
Mm-hmm.
where you get some help with how you frame certain things and how you write, like how you even write your declaration, because that will help in approving or denying your case. So, like I was saying before too, like sex trafficking, like some people see it on TV, they hear about it in documentaries and think, oh, it's just going on there. It's right before us. You just got to open your eyes. And the same thing for labor trafficking. So you may know people who are from other countries. They're trying to come here for an opportunity. They hear of work, they're different agency, and they're excited to take things on. Just be careful. And this topic is actually very personal to me, because when my mom came here, she came from the British Virgin Islands, and she came to start a job. And what she was told when she got here, it was totally different. She actually, it was in February, I believe, and she went to New Jersey. At that time, it was cold. She told me that she has never experienced like such cold before.
Mm-hmm.
So when she got off the plane, the person told her, like, take a taxi, go here. So she went to the bus stop and she was waiting on the person. She was there for hours.
Wow.
And it was so cold. She told me that her fingertips turned blue, and she was just running, like she ran from the bus stop to the Walgreens, and she was just trying to get help. But as always, God always sends somebody to help you out in any situation. Friend that I knew there, I reached out and he assisted her, like got her a hotel room and everything. And she was able to go, like the person who told her about this job are alive.
Wow.
So then she was able to meet with somebody else, and she was helping with some babysitting until she could somewhere I was at. But just saying, you want to be careful when people reach out to you about jobs, because it could be fake. It could be some sort of situation where you're putting your life in danger, or what they offer is totally different. You're told, or you're coming up to probably do domestic work or take care of kids or whatever it is construction. But when you come, you realize you're in a little doggy pen. You're taking care of 15 kids. You're not being fed. You can't go anywhere. You're staying somewhere like these areas. You don't have taxi. You want to be careful. So always do some investigation before you get yourself in certain situations. I know most of the listeners are probably here not in those situations, but if you have families in other countries and they may be looking for certain opportunities, these are some of the things that you just want to make them aware of.
But attorney, there are quite a number of people. I've heard about it within like it has been going on for a while, but say within the last 3 years, I've heard from quite a number of disgruntled people. They come from Jamaica, and we have these folks here in America, and some of them are in the Georgia area, the state of Georgia, where they, and Florida, and North Carolina, where they present these jobs to these people who have to come from Jamaica on their visitor's visa. So they come here on those visas. They were not told that they would be paid such a small amount of money. They were not told that they would have to work so many hours. They were not told that it's 10, 15 of them are going to be in one bedroom. They were not told that from that money that they were getting, that they would have to pay taxi and rent. They were not told any of this. It just seemed as if everything was going to be good. Now, are you saying that people who are in that situation use their visa to come here to work, use their visitor's visa? Do you think that they can report that?
They can, because it's a crime. So I'm not advocating, because you're not supposed to be on a B1, B2 visa for the purpose of visiting and you're working. You don't have employment authorization, so you're not supposed to be working.
Right.
But if it's a case where you're here, you're offered something and you're wrongfully doing it, not because you're in the wrong, doesn't mean there isn't anything in place to protect you. And the T visa, trafficking visa, is one such. So, yeah, and again, a lot of people may be afraid to come forward because in the first place, they were in the wrong, but there are things to protect you. And it goes back to what I said before, where it would just be a straight up human rights violation if you're going to have somebody, and because they did this infraction, you're going to say they can't be protected. That would just be wrong. And I say that for any country or anywhere that you're from, and I stand by that. So this is actually put in place by the government, and it's actually one of those visas that I think is very beneficial, because people are afraid to come forward when they know that they're in the wrong.
Yes.
But it's in place to protect you.
Okay.
So for the eligibility for T visa, so this, you have to meet these criteria in order to get it. You must have been a victim of human trafficking. And again, don't just sit there and look into your situation and make the decision. You may know, you may be able to tell, but this is one of the reasons too why you may need an attorney to assess the situation, because you had to be a victim of human trafficking, and there are certain factors and scenarios that you can look at and like frame the story that you're going to present to USCIS. And I always tell people that attorneys are basically storytellers. And you're physically present in the United States. So for this one, you can't be outside of the country and then you're going to send in your application and say, oh, I was. Like, no. You have to be physically present in the United States. So for extreme hardship is removed from the United States. And with that, one of the things that we look at is the fact that you have to show that if they should remove you, there's going to be some sort of hardship, like if you have kids or family. You hear that little boy in the background?
I hear him. That's okay. He's not. You don't have a co-host this evening. That's all right.
I try to keep him away. Like I got him just. I said today you're gonna stay in your zone. But
that's all right. Yes.
And then this is the big thing too, because you got a lot of people who they say like, I'm not a rat, I'm not gonna snitch and all that, but you must assist law enforcement when it comes to the investigation.
Wow.
So that like the U visa, this is also a requirement. Like you must assist with the investigation or the prosecution of the crime in order to be able to get the T visa.
T visa. Okay.
Yes. And then some people may ask, so what about my family members? See, someone over the age of 21, they can also apply for spouse or children. And we talk about children already being under the age of 21. And someone under 21 now is, first one was over 21. So someone under 21 now, they can apply for spouse, children, parents, and unmarried siblings, which this is also a plus because, in a lot of cases with immigration benefits, you don't normally get to apply for this siblings. So this is perfect.
So this one
And
you
then-
can.
Yeah.
For the
and then
siblings.
for this too,
Okay.
there's. Oh, you were saying something?
And this one you can apply for the siblings?
Yes.
Oh,
Once they're
cool.
under 18. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. And then for this one, for the permanent resident card, the requirements you have to be physically present in the U.S., continuous period of 3 years, continuous period while the investigation is going on, personal good moral character. Remember on the first show we spoke about good moral character?
Yes.
So comply with any reasonable request from law enforcement, suffer extreme hardship, be able to adjust, and be a T visa holder for 3 years. So those are the requirements for that one.
So that's a T visa.
Yes, so that's the
So-
trafficking. So human trafficking, which involves sex trafficking and labor trafficking. So if you or you know someone who, based on all that I said, you think that they could apply for this visa, then go ahead, share this information, have them give us a call, and we'll take it from there.
So that, the one you just talked about, that would be considered an immigrant status or a non-immigrant status for the T visa. You would be immigrating to the U.S., you'd be living here lawfully?
It's still a non-immigrant. But you're
Okay.
here lawfully once you have the visa, non-immigrant visa.
Okay.
But after 3 years, you'll be able to apply for your green card. So that would be a permanent status.
After 3 years. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I think a question is coming in. Rachel Jones, good evening to you. Or is it Raquel? I'm not sure. She says, do you have to be in the States for more than 3 years to apply for VAWA? That you wanted to touch this evening, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, we're not going to have time to get into VAWA, but if you have to be in the States for more than 3 years, no.
Okay, so that was a quick answer there.
Yeah, the next show I may cover VAWA, but if you have more questions on that, go ahead, send your questions to georgialaw21@gmail.com or go on my business Facebook, Georgia Lawrence LLC, and just send me a message and I will respond, or someone from the team will reach out with the requirements for VAWA. But we're going to talk about VAWA next week because I would need some more time to cover all that's related to VAWA. And if you have questions that before, go ahead, send them, and we'll address them on the next show.
That's right. And anything in particular that you'd like Attorney Lawrence to address, you can also send that to her at georgialaw21@gmail.com. And she will prepare that for you and address it on the program. All right, so this evening we covered U visa, and you gave questions, and now T visa. Are we done with T, the trafficking?
Yeah, so, the T visa, that's like a nutshell of everything. But again, we'll have to break down, like, when it comes to the eligibility, like, if you're actually a victim, how long you've been here, the hardship that you would face if you're removed, how you assist law enforcement, if you're willing to assist law enforcement, and other things like that. So again, this is just like a summary of everything. So if you think that you are someone, may qualify, reach out.
And that's what the program is, guys. It's a summary. You'd have to contact Attorney Georgia Lawrence. She has a private practice. She's eligible to practice to provide you that attorney representation because it's federal. Immigration is federal. I learned that, yes. So she can do that in all 50 states. So it doesn't matter where you are. If you're listening in this evening and you want to contact her regarding VAWA or the U visa or the T visa, don't go it alone, guys. Do not go it alone. She has the experience. She has the expertise. Reach out to her at georgialaw21@gmail.com. She'll respond. And again, tell them about your Facebook connection, the business page.
So the Facebook page is Georgia Lawrence LLC. And send us a message, leave a comment. like I said, once I have some time, I like to talk. Real talk.
That's good. And she just won a case today again, right? The news came in today.
Yes, I did. That case, though, is based on civil rights.
Yeah.
Was based on the denial of reasonable accommodation. So someone who mental illness and the workplace tried to just push them off. So they actually lost at the lower level. So they took it all the way up to the appeals level.
Wow.
And we won.
I know you walked out of there smiling today from ear to ear. You were like, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah. Actually, you know, you have those days where you wake up and it's like not such a good day.
Yes.
So like this morning before I started, like I prayed, and I'm like, I just don't want any negative energy today, just positive vibes. So for me, it was just like working, minding my own business, and just keeping my head low. And then around 4 o'clock, I got that decision, and it really like built my spirit up. And then someone. And I don't know if you're on the program today, but someone also reached out to me. I think, I don't remember the person's name, but it was very encouraging. So I just want to say thank you. I mean, a lot of times, like, people don't realize, like, you may be going through your own little stuff. You got so many things going on.
Yeah.
And just like a quick message or something like that can really do a lot. So
it does.
That one text from that individual plus this decision made my day.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Now, you gave us a little test after you talked to us about the U visa. Is there a test for the T visa? It's 16 minutes going up to the top of the hour, so go right ahead. And, there he goes. Hello, Mr. Handsome. Hey, Mr. Handsome, how are you? That's the other attorney there. Okay.
Yeah, this is Attorney Fraser.
All right, Attorney Fraser. All right, so whenever you're ready with that question, let me...
all right, let me see the question that...
all right, what do you find?
Question.
Okay.
What are the two types of trafficking, and explain them? So the two types of trafficking, and explain them. That person is going to win a copy of 1051.
Wow. And you got that child right there beside you, the inspiration for that book. Yes.
This was probably 3 months old. Now he's 16 months old.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
So let's see who the lucky winner is going to be. You're going to choose the winner, Elihu? You want to choose the winner for tonight?
He's not going to talk to us. All right. So whoever want to call, 44792, hey, 730-5600. Hi.
Say hey, viewers.
Tell them you're listening to my mommy.
Say hi. Yes, so call in with your answer. What are the two types of trafficking that we spoke about, and explain them?
All right, guys, what are the two types of trafficking under the T visa? So call in 44792-730-5600 on WhatsApp, or get in on Facebook or YouTube and type that in right now. 14 minutes going up to the top of the hour. Don't you go anywhere.
Refugees, dirty immigrants, asylum seekers, job stealers, that is what they see. Beautiful faces, thick accents, a melting pot of culture, holding 3 to 4 jobs, back pocket of hopes and dreams, seekers of opportunities, that is what we see. I am Georgia Lawrence, the founding attorney of Georgia Lawrence LLC. I was born and raised in Jamaica. I migrated to the United States with 2 suitcases and $200 to seek a better life. I understand firsthand the importance of having a fighter on your team to navigate the complexity of the immigration system. Hence the reason I chose immigration and human rights law. Here at Georgia Lawrence LLC, we take pride in connecting our passion and purpose to your plan. Give us a call today.
All right. Yes, please give her a call today. So, anybody with the answer, we only have one phone line working for you this evening, and that's our WhatsApp 44792-730-5600. You can win a book. You can respond on YouTube or Facebook. We're Caribbean Gospel Radio FM. So find us and respond. All right. We don't have an answer yet, Attorney Lawrence. So until that comes in, here's your time to wrap up. If you want to wrap up right now, I don't know what you want to do. It's your program.
We basically covered most of what we need to for tonight. So while we're waiting on that answer, let me just make an announcement. So one of the things that we try to do around holidays time is to give back however we can. This past holiday, Thanksgiving, we were downtown Atlanta feeding the homeless. The turnout was good. We ended up going to this park. We had like music, still social distancing, but we were able to feed like over 200 families. Well, not families, but people who we saw. So that was good. So for the upcoming holiday, one of the things that we're doing is a toys and coat drive.
Okay.
So we're collecting toys for youth. Let me see the name of the different organization that they're going to. So if you have youth or if you have toys that you're no longer using, you could send them to us and we'll donate them. As well as if you have like coats, but whatever you have, like can bless the youth. And I don't know. Can they see this flyer?
Yes, hold it up. Let's see. Toy, clothes, and blanket drive, and the recipients. It's
Yes, so the recipients. Gigi's House, Serenade Heights, Emmanuel House, and Gateway Center.
Okay.
And we're collecting those all the way up until the 18th. So if you have toys, clothes, or blankets that you want to donate, reach out to, and we'll donate. And also, if you want to leave your name and your mailing address, we love to send you a thank you card.
Yes. He's giving you a run for your money, Attorney. All right. We haven't gotten an answer yet, and if somebody is still out there. Okay, let me see. Glenda Crease. I'm not sure if that's how she pronounces her name. She's on Facebook, and Glenda says yes. One can still be eligible because, okay, that's not the question she's answering. I'm sorry. She says one can be still eligible because fear was institutionalized in that person. I'm not sure what she's responding to there. But the question is for the T
visa. I think that was for the question on U visa with the attempt to hurt the person. But yeah, that answer would have been correct.
They're way behind. They're way behind then. Okay. All right. So the question that is still out there is, what are the two kinds of trafficking?
Trafficking, different types of trafficking, and
under the T visa. Under the TV, right?
Yes, and explain them. So let me give you another minute, and if not, we're just gonna have to answer the question
and keep our books. For the next program. All right. While they're doing that, Janelle says she has a question. Janelle says, I have a friend who has an expired visiting visa. Because of COVID, he is hanging in space. What would you advise him? She's on YouTube.
The visa was already expired or about to be expired.
You see, that's why she needs to call you or write you or something, because she says, I have a friend who has an expired visiting visa. So you're going to need that information if it was expired before or what?
If it was expired, then...
before COVID?
Yeah, I need more information because what country is the person from? Because some borders are open where you can go home.
Okay.
And some places you can't go anywhere. So in that case, you may have an excuse and you may be able to get your renewal, But you got to understand the system is strict. So a lot of people think that they'll be able to use COVID as an excuse. It won't be an excuse. Like, you have to have valid reasons. Did you actually have COVID-19? You were in the hospital. You couldn't go home. Like, I need more facts for that. And then a lot of, if it's about to be expired, even like normally you try to do it like file an extension months before. But if you're in a situation where you didn't plan on staying, but because of COVID now you can't leave, even if it's like a week before, go ahead and file it. Put your explanation in, and they may understand. And you're because the thing is, once you have that in, you're on implied status until you get a response. So if it hasn't expired, then go ahead and put the extension in. If it's already expired, then when you're trying to get your renewal, you may have a problem. So again, you can talk with an attorney to see some of the things that you can do, documentation you can provide, but not saying this is what this person is doing, but I know a lot of people are going to try to use COVID-19 like they're doing everything else as an excuse to stay in the country. It's not.
Oh, attorney, I'm telling you, your little one got you going there. I don't know how we do it as mothers. God bless you for what you do. All right, we got 2 answers right here, but none of them explained it, so the call is yours. Rachel Johnson and Marcia Dawson both say the same thing: sex trafficking and labor trafficking, but neither explained which was part B of the question. So I don't know
the first person who gives a proper explanation. I know it may sound self-explanatory, but remember we're dealing with all kind of people, so we want to break things down as much as possible for everyone. So both of those answers are correct.
Both of those answers are correct, you're saying? Okay, good. Yes. But you need the first person now to explain it or break it down, and then that person, once it's done correctly, will walk away with the book. Come on, guys, you only have 2 minutes to do this. It is 6 minutes going up to the top of the hour, and we're going to be closing out. All right, attorney, until they do that, your final words for tonight, anything you want to say?
Same thing. Go ahead, send in your questions. Go on the business page, Georgia Lawrence LLC. Send us a message if you can. You can leave reviews, your comments. And thank you for watching. We're always excited to have our discussion second and fourth Mondays. You may not be the person who is in need of any immigration help right now, but if you know someone, go ahead and let them know about us. If it's even to listening to see if we may be able to assist them in any kind of way. I mean, like and share Dr. Monica's stuff. I mean, you never know who is listening. Sometimes you have people who they don't talk about their situations, but they're going through. And we may say something that can help them. And, you know, if you ever want a copy of the book, reach out. I can send you information about how to get the book. They're also available on Amazon. I have copies here. I can provide signed copies and so forth. So just reach out. And, I mean, I feel like we're a community, we're a family. So even if it's not about law or books, Dr. Monica has her different programs during the week. Reach out, let's talk. I mean, probably have some males here, but you know, as females, we're here to support each other. May not see each other face to face, know each other or anything, but we're here to serve as a support system. You never know when we need each other. Like I always say, one hand wash the other.
Great. We might have to get you on Real Talk on one of the Friday nights to talk about your books one by one and take them all the way from 1 to number 3. All right, we don't have an answer as yet, and we're getting there. 4 more minutes inside the program, and Mr. Handsome wants his mommy. So nobody gave us an answer yet, attorney. What are you going to do? Are you going to still keep it open, or you're going to wait until next week? He wants to do an item. Next week, let him do an item. Come on. Come on, do an item. Sing for me.
No.
Yes. Sing for me. Come on, do a rap for me.
Tell her 1, 2, 3. Not 6. 4, 5, 6.
6. All right. There you go.
9, 10.
Our future attorney.
Yay.
All right.
Good boy.
Okay, here goes another question for you, and this is our final as you head on out tonight. If a person is in the USA overstay and is here for 10 years, is there any way that person can get a green card?
Yeah, there are different ways, but again, I would have to know more, hear the person's situation to see what they would qualify for.
Okay. All right. So, Marcia, you got that. You have to reach out to Attorney Lawrence, Georgia Law21 at gmail.com. You can also find her, Georgia Lawrence LLC on Facebook.
Yes, Georgia Lawrence LLC on Facebook.
Okay, and you can reach out to her. Marcia Dawson says she gave a brief answer. We saw that, Marcia, but that's only part A of the question. She wants you to explain it. All right? So we're getting on out of here. Again, the question was, what are what was it again? The 2 different kinds of trafficking under the
Yes,
T.
I'll explain them. But, yeah, just go ahead and send you'll be our winner. So, our winner for, like,
Well, actually, Rachel Jones got her answer in before Marcia Dawson did.
Got it?
Yes, Rachel. She was the first person at 7:53 p.m. She came in. They both came in at 7:53 p.m. But hers hit YouTube before Marcia did. So I guess.
Okay. So Marcia next on 4th Monday. So Rachel, you're a winner. So go ahead and send me your name and mailing address, and I will ensure that you get your copy.
That's right. Georgia Law 21
Alrighty.
at gmail.com.
So, thank you all for sticking it out with us.
Thank you so much, attorney. We love you. Can't wait for week after next. Wait, this is your last program for the year? No, wait.
Oh, this is our last. Oh yeah.
No, you got one more. You got one more, but I'm not gonna be around for that program. Oh, we gotta talk. I don't know if you want to do it next week then.
All right, so we can come back like a week earlier or something, and we cover everything. So go ahead, because I may have to like crunch a lot of stuff. So go ahead, send your questions, and we'll try to get them answered on the show.
All right, and we'll announce, guys, when we'll be back. I won't be on air for the 28th, which would have been her second program for the month. But I'll work out something with her. Either we get it in next week or come back early in January, God's willing. But you cannot afford to miss the Law and You. This is our immigration. This is our legal program with immigration and civil rights attorney, our very own from the Caribbean, Georgia Lawrence. And I'm telling you, she's knowledgeable and she's here. She's willing to help. Reach out to her, Georgia Law21 at gmail.com. Thank you again, attorney.
And remember, if you're going to buy gifts for your kids, invest in something worthwhile.
That's right.
All right. And just message me for all the details, too. And it's also available on Amazon. Just Google Affirmations to the Game of Life.
Thank you.
All righty. We wanna make sure we're investing in our youth. So thank you again. I appreciate you all. I love you. Until next time.
We love you too. What are you doing for the Christmas?
I don't know.
Are you gonna bake? Cook ham, something?
Probably not this year.
No?
Probably just. I really don't like. I don't really do anything around the holiday time. Like I just go visit family, just chill.
Just chill.
But like I don't really like getting so.
All that stuff.
All
right. Well, whatever you do, just enjoy it and get enough rest in it. All right.
I will. You do the same. Thank you.
Thanks. You have a good one. Bye-bye.
All right. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Refugees, dirty immigrants, asylum seekers, job stealers, that is what they see. Beautiful faces, thick accents, melting pot of culture, holding 3 to 4 jobs, back pocket of hopes and dreams, seekers of opportunities. That is what we see. I am Georgia Lawrence, the founding attorney of Georgia Lawrence LLC. I was born and raised in Jamaica. I migrated to the United States with 2 suitcases and $200 to seek a better life. I understand firsthand the importance of having a fighter on your team to navigate the complexity of the immigration system. Hence the reason I chose immigration and human rights law. Here at Georgia Lawrence LLC, we take pride in connecting our passion and purpose to your plan. Give us a call today.
Thanks a million for being here with us tonight, family. If you need help, reach out, GeorgiaLaw21@gmail.com. Oh, Lord. We're going out with a bang tonight. If you need a T visa or a U visa, that's available. Man, we're learning some stuff up in here. Thank you. Attorney Georgia Lawrence, check in on YouTube. You'll see some answers there from Rachel Jones, all right? Thank you so much. Thank you guys for participating tonight. Facebook, YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Boy, I gotta pull up this one because some people really need help. It has been a beautiful Monday, beautiful program, The Law and You. Thank you so much, guys, for being here with us. Love on the bad. Help me now. Help me now. Help me now. Jesus, me I call you. Help me now. When my bills can't pay, Lord, help me now. When everybody gone left me. Don't you forget that The Law on You is all about discussions on immigration matters. Second and fourth Monday of each month, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can reach out to Attorney Georgia Lawrence at GeorgiaLaw21@gmail.com. You can also find her on Facebook as Georgia Lawrence LLC. Send her your questions. She is as good can be, guys. Again, her name is Georgia Lawrence, attorney at law. I want to say many, many thanks to those on Radio Garden, those on TuneIn Radio, those on Nobex Radio and online Radio Box. YouTube fam, thank you. Facebook, thank you. I'm making my way on out of here today, or tonight, or this evening. Jury and Teddy Thomas, you late, man. Question gone already. Got to come back again, all right? That's Irena Johnson. Good evening to you, Norma Ozzy. Sean English, Shawnee, good evening to you. Dr. Charlene Mullins, good evening. Sylvia DuPont, Chocolate Innes, Ivan A. Montague. Thank you so much, guys, for coming on in Valina Alley. Thank you. Yes. Congratulations to our winner, or our winners, Annabella Unstoppable, Lady CC. Well, Annabella Unstoppable out of New York, USA. Lady CC out of the UK, England. Rachel Jones, not too sure where you're coming in from, but one of our winners this evening. Thank you, guys. If you ever have any immigration questions, Attorney Georgia Lawrence is the one you call on. Reach on out to her at GeorgiaLaw21@gmail.com. Thanks again for being here with us this evening. This is Dr. Monica saying all the best. And if you want help, you're at the right place. Jesus sent you here. So good night until we meet again. Love ya. Bye-bye.
She would have called her to her Lord and said,
Refugees, dirty immigrants, asylum seekers, job stealers, that is what they see. Beautiful faces, thick accents, a melting pot of culture, holding 3 to 4 jobs, back pocket of hopes and dreams, seekers of opportunities, that is what we see. I am Georgia Lawrence, the founding attorney of Georgia Lawrence LLC. I was born and raised in Jamaica. I migrated to the United States with 2 suitcases and $200 to seek a better life. I understand firsthand the importance of having a fighter on your team to navigate the complexity of the immigration system. Hence the reason I chose immigration and human rights law. Here at Georgia Lawrence LLC, we take pride in connecting our passion and purpose to your plan. Give us a call today.
Hey, tell a friend to tell a friend that K. Anthony endorses CG